If you were hoping to be at the beach this 4th of July weekend, that option probably won't happen for you. Most beaches will be closed.
Liar! Liar!
Beaches were not closed. They are not closed. They cannot close them. Okay? There is no emergency. People need to get that through their head. Somebody tried to cancel our 4th of July event because they heard on the news that the beaches were closed. So that's the purpose of this channel. The truth or. Is this the truth or is that the truth? What is the truth? Okay? So they're telling you the beaches are closed, and obviously by this video you'll see the beaches are not closed.
Eyewitness News reporter Mark Codorobos has more on the holiday beach closures.
The closures here in LA County include the beaches, piers, and bike path. Beaches are closed. The question remains, will larger crowds typically expected on a 4th of July weekend stay away?
We don't want to see you, a bunch of strangers, without being physically distanced and without wearing face coverings over the weekend.
The LA County Sheriff's Department has warned if you're found violating the order on a beach they patrol, you could get a $1,000 fine.
I'm so sick and tired of the sheeple. It's so mind-numbing. My day started out with a woman trying to call the police because she didn't want me grabbing a coffee from the corner store. We go at it all the time. I told you guys before that I had a run-in with her, and I just walk in, I get my coffee, put my money on the counter, and I walk out. And she's like, "I'm calling the police." So, you know, whatever. The police are not going to show up for a mask anyway because it's not a law. It is not a law. There is no statutory code to attach to not wearing a mask, okay? If you run a red light, there's a statutory code for running a red light. If you hit someone, there's a statutory code for battery, aggravated battery, assault, aggravated assault. You know, there's different codes for all that stuff. There is no code for not wearing a mask. So, and then we went to the beach and they called 911 because we were playing volleyball without masks. This is how crazy people are. They called 911 for people playing volleyball without a mask. So, I'm just going to run some video of the day and enjoy 4th of July. There, if you look at your codes, there's an exemption on there, okay? Told you I have a medical exemption. I do not have to wear a mask.
Face shield.
I don't have to wear that.
Oh, you don't have to.
I don't have to
You're
wear
so
that.
privileged.
It's not about being privileged.
Wear
okay?
a face shield.
No, you do what you want to do.
Away from everybody else.
You do what you want to do, and I'll do
That's
what I
not
want
what
to
it's
do.
about.
It's Independence Day.
Do you know
Did
that
you forget?
with freedom comes responsibility?
I don't have to wear that.
Yes, freedom has responsibility. That's why we have freedom.
That's right. And my
You're going to go
freedom,
and spread the COVID to everybody else.
my freedom is to choose to breathe clean air. If you want to recycle
wear
the
a
air,
shield.
no,
That's clean air for you.
No, that's
and
based-
it's
no.
protecting everybody else.
no,
You're just
No.
selfish, dude.
it's my choice.
You're just selfish.
It's my choice. So as you can see, privileged, huh? Okay, so I'm getting called privileged and selfish, as you can see. Ridiculousness. This is all just ridiculousness. I always get my coffee there in the morning, and I'm just grabbing to get my coffee. And I gotta get accosted by a bunch of people, especially the lady who is there. She's got a real bad attitude. She calls people stupid all the time, and so that is my beginning to my 4th of July Independence Day, is for everybody else to tell me my business. I don't tell them their business, they tell me my business. Because they're all brainwashed. They've all been brainwashed. Dude, man. Dude. Say hi. Say what's up, Papa. So we are heading to the beach right now, where I'm sure those people wouldn't approve of me going to the beach either. But I grabbed my camera real quick just simply because I had put my money on the counter, as I always put my money on the counter, and she told me to take my money, and I'm not taking my money. I put my money there to pay for my coffee like I always do. And so that prompted the beginning of this video. I have another video I'm going to add in a moment with my UPS experience. See if I put this in my holder. People are, we live in an alternate reality, really. People have been, their minds have been so fractured and shattered that, I mean, they truly do believe what they're saying. You know, they do believe that there's a killer virus, and me not wearing my mask is putting them at risk. They don't look for the facts. They don't look to understand the world around them critically thinking. They simply wait to be told what it is they're supposed to do. And yeah. And I have told that woman before that she needs to read the code before she starts read not the code, the guidelines they give her. Did I say codes in there? Anyway, she needs to read the guideline in there, because it's not a code. And the guideline specifically says that there are exemptions on there. But she doesn't want to read it. She's not interested in fact. That's not what she is after. She's after making my life miserable because I don't agree with her. That's all she's after. That's it. That is literally the bottom line. If you don't do what I tell you to do because I'm fearful, because I'm brainwashed, then I'm going to, and I told her to call the police. I said, call them. Now I have to go to the beach because I'm supposed to be there at 9 and I have 15 minutes and I gotta park, find parking. Otherwise, I would be happy to hang around and wait around for those guys. Meeting the people at the store, even the guys meeting the police, because the police will show up, and then I will cite to them an actual civil statutory California Civil Code 51.7 that specifically says I cannot be discriminated against, and they have no right to discriminate against me. And unfortunately, when you're a business and you make a contract with the state of California to open up a business like that, then you are held by those civil codes. They can, they can enforce them when they want to or not. But the police are bound. They work for the public, meaning the corporations. And the city of Santa Monica is a corporation, the corporation of City of Santa Monica. The police protect the business interests there. So they're not in the business of enforcing guidelines. Codes, yes. Statutory codes, yes. Statutory, that's for, it's a commercial term. So anyway, it was not how I wanted my morning to start out, not for sure. Not at all, for sure. I mixed them together. But I knew there was a risk that she would be there. There's other guys at that location that I walk in there all the time. I have no problem. It is only that woman. It's only that woman. And she is just, and the other guys at the location have told me she yells at other people too. So I'm not definitely, oops, there goes my food and my water, but it's not gonna leak, that's the good news. So I'm not the only one. But, you know, again, we still have to stay resilient. We still have to calmly stand upon our freedoms. It's July 4th. It's Independence Day. Independence comes with responsibility. What, to do what you tell me to do? No, that's not responsibility. You know, I honestly have trouble arguing with those people because they're not intelligent, critical thinkers. So if I were to actually get into some sort of intelligent debate with that woman, she would keep falling back on the name calling, and you know, that's the only thing she knows is I'm selfish, I'm privileged. That's a big one going around right now. You're privileged. So, you know, sticks and stones. I don't care what she says at all. What I do care is maintaining my freedoms and knowing who I am. I am a private man, and I will continue to conduct myself as a private man. Even though my heart rate goes up, I'm pretty sure that I didn't call any names or do anything. It's difficult. It's really difficult. I want to engage them in the same animalistic way they engage me, but I truly do try to maintain respect. You know, they haven't particularly earned it, but just as being fellow beings of this world, fellow souls, even though many of them are lost, I still think it's my responsibility to conduct myself in the appropriate manner. So, that being said, I hope everybody out there is having a good Independence Day. And despite whatever I'm having, my mind is kind of racing right now. Despite anybody going out of their way to put you down, it's important that we just continue to stand our ground. You know, stand our ground. Our lives matter too. All lives matter. You know, they really do. All lives matter. All lives matter. All lives matter. My life matters. My choices matter. Your choices, of course. When I say all and ours and my, I'm talking about you and I. Everybody. It does not matter what color our skin is. We all are afforded the same rights, the same exercise of freedoms. However, if you don't know your rights, you have none. And most people don't know their rights. Now, those people in there did not care what their rights are. They are brainwashed into believing that if you don't put a mask on, you're being selfish for other people. And there's no point in getting in debating why I don't want to wear a mask, because facts don't matter to them. It's purely emotional. Purely emotional. So that's why I really kind of don't engage. And like I said, I didn't even take my phone in the first time in. The only reason I went back to take my phone in is to get it on record that my $2.10, I gave her a penny extra. My $2.10 is sitting right there on the counter. She didn't want to take it, but I left my money in there. So just in case she says, he didn't pay for it, I paid for it. As I always do, every morning. Although, you know, I've been planning on doing this 30-day juice cleanse, and I'm starting Monday. I'm doing another one. I did one last year right at this time from July. It was actually like July 1st or June 30th. I can't remember, until the following August 1st or whatever, something like that. Anyway, the whole point is I did a 30-day juice cleanse last year, and then with a lot of struggles I had with dude man having surgery and going blind in his right eye, I put all and then some of that weight back on, more, and I've already lost some of it, but I just kind of feel like I need a hard break from the bad habit of eating, and for me, I get that hard break. Last year was a very spiritual experience for me to do a 30-day juice cleanse, to know that I'm okay without needing anything. No marijuana, no booze, no food, and caffeine. I didn't do any coffee either. And then slowly I started getting back into that too, and then now I drink coffee almost, every day. What do I mean almost? I'm back to every day. And I'll go get multiple coffees sometimes, like 2 coffees, you know? And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It is another addiction, you know, wanting caffeine. And I know it's because my body is slower. I mean, I've been exercising now for like 2-3 weeks, you know, pretty regularly. Although for the last month we've been exercising, but exercise will only get you so far if you're not eating right. And I'm not eating right. Not eating right. I'll have a week here that's okay, or I should say more like 3 days that are okay. And so it's just not regular, so I need a hard reset. That's what I did last year, and it worked for a good while, and until I fell on some hard times, and then I went right back to food, you know. Food is my whiskey and cocaine. You know, food is my strippers and heroin. So, you know, addictions can come in all types of, you know, forms. And, you know, it's not even necessarily addiction. It's wanting relief. Wanting relief from feeling uncomfortable comes in all forms. You can seek that relief out in all different forms, and it's kind of, you know, it's a tough one to break. It is a tough one to break, but you can do it if you know, have a good spiritual fitness. If you, no, we're not gonna be able to make it in there. It was worth a thought, but no can do. I'm looking for parking right now. I'm at the beach, so anyway, you can do it, but you have to have good spiritual fitness. And that's the thing, is I haven't been relying on prayer and meditation like I should. I've been relying on food. You know, I'll get food and TV. So at the end of the night, instead of I've got a lot of things I need to be working on right now, but I haven't been working on them because I'm busy trying to distract myself from myself with food and TV, you know. So it's just a good time for me to really reel it in, to get rid of some of those unproductive and awful, unhealthy ways of coping with being uncomfortable. And so a 30-day juice cleanse is what I'm going to do. One of the other great benefits is I'll lose 35, 40 pounds. I will be in much better shape. I'll be much more healthy. I'm going to play volleyball right now. And I'll tell you, it is a real drag trying to get around that court with an extra 35, 40 pounds on. I'm telling you, it is. I mean, it's fun, but it's still like, I mean, I don't play as many hours as I used to. I used to play for like, 4 or 5 hours. Now, about 2 hours and I'm good, because my body, my knee, I've had 3 knee surgeries. My knee's starting to be like, And then of course my hip, because my knee's a little compromised, then so is my hip. So anyway, it is a rough go at it if I'm not losing the weight. So, well, listen, as I look for this parking spot, this magical parking spot, I think I should go ahead and sign off so that I'm not distracted from you lovely people, as I don't want to be. So, and I'm pulling into a spot as I say that. It's gonna be tight. But let's see how good my New York parking skills are. A little bump and grind, never kill nobody. I'm teasing, I'm totally teasing. I guess I'll keep you with me as I do it, since I'm already here. All right, there's the curb. Like a glove. Right, dude? See, he's already at it. He's like, yeah, let's do this. So anyway, I'm gonna take you guys along on this 30-day juice cleanse journey with me, simply because that's one of the key components to the 30-day juice cleanse is accountability. I had about 4 people that I was checking in with regularly last year when I did it, and that first 10 days is really rough. It's very lonely, so it's important to learn how to meditate and to ask God to get rid of the obsession of food, because that's really what happens. You just obsess over food. And but I have other things I need to get on, including I enjoy doing videos and sharing myself with people. And since this crazy world has taken away my ability to see a lot of people in person now, this seems to be one of my only outlets. I shouldn't say that. I'm out every day. I seek people out every day. So that's not true. That wasn't well thought out. But this is another way to share my experiences with more people, like groups of people. I don't see as many groups of people, that's for sure. It's it's one person here, one person there, which is great. So anyway, I'm going to take you along on this 30-day journey and share my results too, and maybe it'll inspire a couple other people. My mother has a health issue with her arteries being clogged because she eats awful cheap food. I've been trying to get her for years. I mean, she'll take a trip to Italy, but she'll eat, the cheapest meat she can find. So it's important for you to eat very healthy and to choose, if you're gonna eat meat, choose the best meat. No hormones, no antibiotics. It's important to find those grass-fed, pasture-raised, healthy, happy, animals. And even then, animals have the breath of life in them from God. And, I believe that animals have souls. I'm a little torn with, I've gotten worse about it, but I usually do not eat that many animal products. And I was a vegan for 1.5 years. That was pretty rough, but doable. But I substituted a lot of the processed items and processed non-meat, Beyond Burger and all that stuff, and I don't trust that at all now. Now that I know more about what I know, I don't think that's a good idea for me. So, well, listen, it's 9:02 and I have people waiting on me, so I don't want to be rude and keep them waiting. But I love everybody out there on this Independence Day. I hope you all stay very strong, and we support one another so that when we do get attacked like the way I did earlier, we can lift each other up and keep our heads up and keep fighting the fight, because we have to stay stronger than they are. Okay? Put your thinking caps on. Dude, you ready to go have some fun, baby? Ooh, yeah. Have a happy 4th. See you later. We're just doing a little preemptive, let you know what's going on. So we had the guy that picks up trash called it upon himself to let us know that we're not supposed to be on the beach because the beach is closed. It's funny, my friend mentioned that Gavin Newsom has his winery open and all that good stuff. So again, this is some sort of, it's all by design. They're trying to divide us. They're trying to get people to battle with one another. However, we're gonna stand our ground here. So we're all gonna have our cameras out. It should get interesting. I'm a little late, but that's a cool parasail out there with a big American flag. Of course, you see boats, 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 boats. People, people. And dude, man, good boy. Hey guys, just a heads up, let you know we're playing volleyball, and you'll see the police, the popo, going away from us. They didn't even bother to pull up on us because, as you can see, we're all out here enjoying ourselves, and there is nothing they can do. There is no statutory code saying we cannot be out here. It is not against the law. You're only as free as you choose to be. So choose to be free and get out. Hey guys, happy 4th of July again. Another update. We're at the beautiful beach. There's people out on the beach. We have our little camp over here. We're all playing volleyball. And the police just came over there because some idiot called 911 on a bunch of people who don't have a mask on. That is what's wrong with this country. Using the resource of 911 to call on people who choose not to cover their face. Shame on them. Shame on them. There you go. America, freedom. Be free. You're only as free as you choose to be. Dude, man. Dude, man. Well, they are over there trying to work with the horse right now because the mounted police tried to put something in the trash bin and the horse reared and fell back and the guy fell off. So, I don't know if you can see from this distance. Yeah, he's not particularly loving that trash bin. Let's see how it works out here. But again, we had somebody call 911 earlier. These guys are just out here. They come out here every now and then. And
fuck you! You fucked up the last 2 points on us. I fuck up a lot, but I make up for it. I do too. It's out. I was over, out, and my bumps. Hey, my last 2 out calls were flawless. My last 2 out calls were in.
oh, good, you got him.
In, you dumbass.
Baby.
Hey, baby. Hi, good boy.
Almost lost a game.
So here's where you're gonna see the police helicopter. This thing was over us almost all day. It was right about in the middle, between like noon and 1 o'clock, it started picking up, and they literally started hovering right above us. And then they got really, really, really low, and they just stood. It was almost like they were, they were totally using it as an intimidation tactic, and they primarily focused on us because we were the first group out there. We were the group that wasn't going to move, And you notice as the day went on, more groups started crowding around us. So that's all it takes, is it takes one group to start a fire, and everybody will start to have the courage to come out there and enjoy their freedoms. If you don't know your rights, you have none. But watch how this helicopter keeps on buzzing us.
So now we have had the police helicopter trying to intimidate people all day. We'll keep driving back and forth. That's right. Oh man, that's right. See? So, we came out here and people followed suit. Now the beach is pretty packed. No, I wouldn't say packed. There's a lot of groups out here now where there weren't groups before. And this guy's just gonna keep on flying by us. The only thing they have is a little intimidation. Dropping so low. It's awfully low. What is their point? They're just trying to intimidate people. That's all I can get out of this. They want to intimidate people. That or they're drunk or they're gonna crash. Because that is really close to the ground. Sorry, put the doggy down for a minute. Dude, man. Yeah. It's interesting. They're just gonna keep on. Circle back around again. Who knows? That was very unusual. Is that what they use all that money for, to circle beachgoers? You good boy. You ready to go? I know, you've been very patient. Alright, buddy, come on. Alright, so I guess they're coming back again.